I'm Emma.
I'm Evie.
And I'm Adam. With all the excitement building for season 35, the Tar Pit crew would like to bring you a series of exclusive interviews to meet some of the teams before the season premiere on September 27th.
We recently talked to Andrea and Malaina, the Philly Jawns team. Here's our interview.
Hi, my name is Malaina. I am from Philadelphia, and I work at the Internal Revenue Service, also known as the IRS. I'm a tax examiner technician for large business and international. To just sum it up, what we do is we process tax returns on behalf of taxpayers that's U.S. citizens that they earn income abroad, but they don't pay their Social Security and Medicare tax. And I have an 8-year-old son, Ronnie. Sorry.
My name is Andrea Simpson. I am also from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I am 44 years old. I work for a global property and casualty insurance company, been there for about 18 years. I am a super fan of The Amazing Race. I love to travel. I love to volunteer. And I have a twin sister.
Hi, I'm Evie. Why did you guys, what brought up the idea to go on The Amazing Race?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I've been a super fan of The Amazing Race. I've watched it since season 1. So I've always loved the actual show. I'm like a reality TV junkie. So like all the reality TV shows you can think of, I'm watching them. And I love to travel. So I knew The Amazing Race was a competition show that traveled. So that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to go on the show, because I wanted to, explore other places and different cultures.
Cool. Same for me. Andrea, like she said, she's this super fan, and she kind of willed me in on the show. So I think I started watching from the first all the way up into the 7th season. And then I kind of took a break. And then when we decided to apply, I kind of picked back up. But we both love to travel. I love to travel, and we both are competitive people. Mm-hmm. So this was the best thing ever for us to go.
Exactly. So when we were in college, we had first applied, and then of course we didn't hear anything. And then I think right after college, there was an open casting call that we both went to.
Yes.
And of course we didn't hear from that as well. And then I guess what was it, 15, 20 years later as adults, full grown adults, then we applied again. And then we actually heard a call back. So we're like, what?
It was surreal when we got the call.
Yeah, exactly. To say the least.
Super cool. This is Emma. And like you said, you've been watching for a while now. And what are some of the most memorable challenges from past seasons?
Ooh,
I got a lot of them. I know season 32, when was that Will and James, the running in heels. Remember when they had the race in the heels? They had the guys.
I remember that.
I don't know what season it was, but the running in the heels, the beer yoga was super funny.
Oh, I remember the beer yoga. Yeah. Yes, it's jogging my memory
and remember when they were sliding up this greasy blow up sliding board?
Yes.
I don't know where it was, but they had to try to slide up this greasy blow up slide, and they just kept falling down.
Yes.
That was
I think that was the season where the Globetrotters, I guess the two basketball players were
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an older guy. It was an older guy that kept falling back.
Yes. And they were like, I can't do it. And I think they took the penalty, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a good season. And another good memorable season the challenge was when, I forget their names, Uchenna had to shave her head off. That was
yeah. That's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah, that was a good season. That was one of the earlier seasons when they were just really uncut and raw.
They were raw, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. So how has this experience changed you guys? So you went on you applied, right? You decided to be a team, you applied, and you entered and you were chosen as one of the teams. And now you've done this and you're back. How has it changed you? What's different about the world now to you?
Well, for me, I feel like first of all, this was a total blessing because this is a once in a lifetime experience. Like, who gets to travel around the world, free of charge on somebody else's dime, and just to experience the different cultures, the different people. Those are memories that you can keep for you, keep with you for a lifetime, and like, retell the stories to your friends and family and your children. So that was one of the main things that I know that changed for me. Like, I was able to appreciate, these different people that I'm coming into. I've made new friends now that we've been on this race, these 13 teams of 2, that now we're just a huge family. And I just appreciate, life in general, because tomorrow isn't promised, but to be able to do something like this is like a memory that I will cherish forever.
Yes, I agree. I don't think it changed who I am, but my outlook, as far as like the places we visited, it was just amazing. Like, I know I wouldn't have been able to travel to those places or meet the amazing cast. And now we have new friends. Just that whole bonding and, getting to travel with Andrea, building our relationship. It changed a lot of things. Like, it's hard to put in words, but
yeah, I know what it changed for you, Malaina. Now you're on social media. Now she's on social media.
That is true. I am like old school, and I was not on Instagram before I went on the race. So when I came off the race, they told me, "Oh, you're the only one that's not on the race." So I had to sign up. I mean, not on the race, not signed up with Instagram. So I had to sign up. So that did change me. I have Instagram. I have social followers or whatever they call it. And I'm learning a lot about social media, the good and the bad. But yeah, it was just an amazing experience. I will do it again in a heartbeat.
Nice.
I'm loving it. I can't wait. I can't wait to actually see what they actually edited and how they put it together. What other teams did, what the challenges, how they completed the challenges. Because with the detours, you do one or the other. So I want to see how other people did on detours, or the other teams that wasn't with us when we did our roadblocks or whatever. I just want to see all of it come together and how it's put together.
Yeah,
I think we all are very excited about next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's Evie. Since you guys said that you made friends, do you think you made any lifelong friends?
Hi, Evie. That's a great question. I love your voice. You have such a soft, unique voice like myself. Mine is a little squeaky and I'm older, but I love your voice. Yes, we have made friends that I believe will be lifetime friends.
Absolutely.
Because we are in this special, elite group. We one big family now.
I agree. I totally. Even when we were on the race, like, production and the camera people were like, welcome to CBS. Now you're part of the family. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about?
Yes, that was
like.
like.
Now I get it. Like, this is one big family. Like, a lot. There's but a handful. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but there's a handful of people that actually can, come from a normal background, normal life. Joe Schmo off the street, and now you're thrown into TV. This is going to be shown on national television.
Right.
Like, who can actually say they've been on national TV in a competition
for years to come? My son can watch this.
Right, exactly. Years to come, you can Google me, and that was the love.
Yeah.
Well, at least we made a mark in the world.
We made a mark, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You're there for the history now, for the annuals.
Exactly.
Yep, that's
and
cool.
a check off my bucket list.
There you go. So how has it been? So from my understanding, when we've talked to other teams, you're told that you're chosen, and now you're chosen, you're given a window of time of when you have to leave, but you can't tell anybody. What were some of the reasons or some of the excuses you gave to people of what you're doing or where you're going? How creative did you get with that?
Well, for me, for my job, like I had to took a leave of absence. So I told them, like, I literally said I'm on a competition show, but I didn't tell them, I didn't tell them The Amazing Race. I told them Survivor, because I went to our producer at the time, Pedro. I was like, well, what should we tell them? And I think it was Jesse, his boss, was like, well, tell them Survivor, because
Survivor,
we do produce or, do Survivor, but it's not the actual race. So you're not lying because it is by CBS. So for the most part, I was telling folks, I'm going to be on a reality TV competition show. And that's where I would leave it at. Now, if they ask me, then I'll say Survivor. But not a lot of people ask me, and I'm good at keeping secrets. So I was just like, I'm on a reality TV show, and that's all I'm gonna tell you.
Same here. We both had the same situation where we had to tell our employers that, we were going on a reality show. And I too had to take a leave of absence, but I had to tell my manager that I was going on Survivor. And a lot of people didn't really know we were going away except for our family.
Right.
A small group of friends, because we were on our way to Ghana.
Yeah.
Before we got the call that we were going on. So as soon as we got the call, less than 2 weeks?
I think it was 2 weeks, yeah, because we got the call April, and I remember it was April 22nd, because that was Ronnie's karate tournament. And
you got a good memory.
Yeah. It was like maybe 2.5 weeks later, we were traveling to Ghana on vacation. So we didn't have a lot of turnaround time to prepare.
Right. Or to tell people. So nobody really knew. People, They thought we were just going to Ghana, so they didn't really know about the show. So afterwards, people was probably freaked out now, oh my God, you was on the show?
Yeah.
This is Emma. What did you guys gain from this experience? What did you get out of it?
I would say, Emma, that I gained more confidence in myself and my ability to push myself to the limits, my fears. That was one of the reasons why, a part of us going on this show to kind of face our fears and, just to travel and to push yourself to the highest limits, because this is a competition, and then you are doing really challenging challenges. So I think for me, getting over my fear of bugs and, heights, I prepared swimming classes because I'm not a great swimmer. With the stick shift, I gained a lot of skills for the race.
Yeah.
So with that, they kind of helped me along the way.
Yeah, I agree. I say I gain a lot of more patience with myself. Again, the fears, a lot of people the fears that we have, it's all mental.
It's all mental.
We put that on ourselves. So this was pushed us out of our comfort zones, because you had to, you had a split second to decide who's going to do it, how you going to do it, and just do it. So it was
now we had a plan now, Emma.
Yeah.
Me and Andrea had a plan. We planned that she do all the heights and I do all the ground puzzle.
Yeah, and creative stuff. Yeah.
Creative stuff. So that worked out well for us because, Andrea is not scared of heights. I am.
Right. So if the clue gave us an inkling this is going to be a height challenge, then I was like, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But definitely it pushed us to just be able to conquer or overcome whatever fears or challenges that we had within ourselves, to just push through it. And I can say this was the most challenging thing physically and mentally I've ever done. But then again, I would do it again.
Yeah, I know. I think the adrenaline, the excitement, all that, even though you're faced with your fears straight up in your face.
Yeah,
head on. You still want to just get out there and do it. There's something about it. It's hard to explain, but it's definitely an adventure that, it is just I don't know how. It's just hard to put this experience into words. I know everybody can, but I'm just overwhelmed with so much that just transpired. And then about the air, we just got off the race and now we're about to see ourselves in action. It's mind-boggling, but I would do it again. I would do it again in a heartbeat. And hopefully it will bring us back. I think we all need a do-over.
This is Evie. How did you guys come up with the team name?
Ooh.
Great question, Evie. You want to tell them, Andrea?
No, because I think it was you and somebody else that was
Yes, well, we were coming up with names because we're from Philly.
right.
We decided to come up with Philly jawns because the word jawn is now in a dictionary and is a noun.
Yes.
And Philly represents, not represents, but Philly always have this terminology of jawn. So I figured, we from Philly, so why not be Philly jawns? And it just, I pitched it to Andrea. She was like, oh, yeah,
I'm like, that's perfect. That's exactly what it is. Like, that name embodies anybody from Philadelphia knows what a jawn is. You have to be from Philadelphia.
Yes. Those that wasn't on the race, we had to kind of educate them on what a jawn was. And once they figured it out and they understood what a jawn was, they was like, oh, that's a jawn. Oh, this is a jawn.
Cool, I didn't know that.
This is Emma. How can fans keep up with you now that you're getting more famous from this show? Do you guys have any social media or any projects that you're working on that you want people to know about?
That's
Absolutely. Yeah, they can follow us on Instagram. Our handle is Team Philly Jawns, all one word, TeamPhillyJawns. That's on Instagram. And then, of course, our own personal handles. Mine is Andrea_Nana. And then Malaina's is Poetry Girl, GURL 45. So that's both our handles on Instagram. And then they can follow me on Facebook. That's, my full name, Andrea Simpson.
What's handles, Andrea? Is that a new term?
No, handles is like your handle, like your name on your social media. That's what they call your handle.
Like a username or something.
I don't know what a handle is, but okay.
So my handle is Andrea Simpson on Facebook. Malaina's is Laina, Laina Hatcher. That's her last name on Facebook.
Nice.
I see why Andrea was the detailed one, right?
Cool. Well, thank you so much. And girls, we learned a new word. Jawns, it's called?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And it's AW, right? It's JAW. I think I had heard.
JAWNS. Yes.
Okay.
Team Philly Jawns.
Nice. All right. I like it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a good night, and we really appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Adam.
Thank you.
It's nice meeting you, Evie and Emma.
You too.
Yeah.
You too.
We can't wait to watch you guys and cheer you on.
Can't wait.
Yes. Team Philly Jawns.
Thank you.
Good night, guys. Have a good day.
Good night.
Or
You
good
too.
night. Thanks. Bye. Well, it was really nice to meet Andrea and Malaina, and now we know what a jawn is.
Yeah, I'm going to start using it at school. I'm going to try to bring it out to California. Thanks for joining us. Bye.